What's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another balloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in our last video, we went ahead and I showed you guys the secret on Adora's temple. We went through, we ended up doing 3 secrets on that map individually. We ended up getting the True Vengeful Sun God and Vengeful Adora, along with transforming the map. Now, the reason why I was unable to get a Chimps video out yesterday was because I am stuck on Haunted. I spent a lot of time in Sandbox, I spent a lot of time actually doing the Chimps mode itself. I think in the last 2, I probably put about 6 to 8 hours in this map alone, just trying to come up with a strategy to beat it. Now that being said, I went into Sandbox mode and I found 45 different ways to beat it in Sandbox mode, but when I took those strategies over to Chimps mode, it seemed like the strategies would work in Sandbox, but not in the actual Chimps mode. And I don't know if there was a change in the update and stuff like that. I did have my monkey knowledge off, so unfortunately I'm kind of like up in the air as to why the strategies that are working in Sandbox mode, but they aren't working in Chimps mode. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time on that map in my free time, but I do have strategies for different maps and stuff like that, but unfortunately Haunted is going to have to be put on the back burner for now until I actually find a new strategy, because the strategy that I initially beat it with, there's been some changes or maybe some nerfs, some alterations to where the strategy that I initially used on Haunted isn't working now. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into Downstream. Now for this strategy, we will be using the Druid strategy, and we'll be using Oben as our hero. So the first tower that we're going to play, or the first 2 towers that we're going to place down, is we're going to be placing a Dart Monkey right here. It is extremely important that you place him in the back here, because in the early rounds, while we're getting enough money to basically save up to get our Druid strategy set up, that Dart Monkey is going to help us out. Alright, so first upgrade we're going to end up saving to get is going to be Twin Guns, and we should have that here in just a second. Right, in just a second. That's one of the annoying things about Chimps mode, is that it has such a slow start, and then towards the end it's like you're really frantic just to like place down towers because you're on the brink of losing, and it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. But anyways, I also wanted to take this time to personally thank you guys for the feedback on the videos. Hopefully my voice volume is a lot better. You guys can hear me more clearly, because I know that was the biggest feedback that I was getting in like the comments section. I got a couple of messages about it as well, so I really appreciate you guys helping me out and giving me that feedback, because now I'm able to make a little bit higher quality videos for you guys. Let's go ahead and grab advanced intel on our sub. We're basically just going to be chilling here for a little bit. So we want to remember that in a couple of rounds we're going to start getting camo balloons. So let's go ahead and upgrade our Dart Monkey to get enhanced eyesight. That way our sub monkey can pop the camo balloons. Alright, the next tower that we're going to end up getting is we're going to end up getting Oben next. And this video is a little bit slow simply because of where we need to place our towers. We need to place all of our towers in the back, which is a little bit different than what we usually do. We like to get the rounds done as fast as possible, but unfortunately I couldn't find like a proper positioning for the Druid strategy in the actual back of the map. So we're going to stick him over here. Now when you're placing down Oben, you want to make sure you give him enough room, or leave enough room for the Druids. And we're also going to be placing down 2 monkey villages in the back as well. And now that we have Oben on the field, he's getting his passive levels. We're going to go ahead and continue upgrading our monkey sub. Alright. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for those of you who have actually beaten Haunted on Chimps difficulty, what worked for you? Strategy that I was doing was I started off with the monkey sub, 2 dart monkeys, and then I got Oban on the field. I followed that by getting all 6 of my druids out. I didn't upgrade them yet. I followed that by getting a center tiered wizard monkey that had dragon's breath. Then following that, I upgraded all of my druids. I had 2 that had the I think it's Heart of Lightning, and it just wasn't working. And I'd make some changes, and then I got a Arcane Spike Wizard Monkey at one point, and then I made it all the way to round 98, and then for some reason, my Avatar of Wrath, there was only one way that I was able to get the Avatar of Wrath out on the field on time, and that was by not investing in a lot of towers. The most I could invest in and end up being able to afford the Avatar of Wrath was actually just buying 2 wizard monkeys and a sub. Those were the only extra towers that I was able to afford. Actually, I was able to afford a ice monkey as well, and I went center pass with him. And I found that if I didn't have the ice monkey off to the side, the strategy didn't work. Because you know how Haunted has the 2 different pathways, and the 2 different pathways are, or the balloons are coming from 2 different directions, and for some reason it just wasn't working. But anyways, enough about that. Let's continue on with this. If you guys do have some suggestions for strategies that do work on Haunted, I'd love to hear them. That way I can make a video for you guys and make videos for others on how to actually beat Haunted, because it seems like that's the most difficult map I've come across so far. Alright, so right now we have our tier 4 sub monkey, we have our dart monkey, and now we can start placing our druids. So because we had to place our Oban down a little early, the druid placement is not going to be perfect. So if your druids are spread out and some of them don't get the tier 5 buff, it's perfectly alright. It's no big deal. Just do your best, and if you can manage to get the 5 times buff on your Avatar of Wrath, that's what you're looking for, as long as you get that 5 times buff on your Avatar of Wrath. Okay? So if that means making this monkey here your Avatar of Wrath, feel free to do so. We have 5 on the field. Let's go ahead and get our 6th one. Right. Now we're going to start upgrading our druids. Oh wait. That's alright. We can just go ahead and place down the monkey villages a second. We didn't invest too much into them, but do we speed it back up yet? There we go. Alright. So we're going to place our 2 monkey villages in the back here and get bigger radius on both of them. And all of these should have the buff that we're looking for. Yes, they do, which is exactly what we want when we're placing down our towers. Alright, the next thing we're going to be saving up for is actually a monkey business. And then we're going to get our first populist on the field in just a second. Or Poplust. Alright, there we go. Our monkey sub should be able to handle a few more rounds without us needing to upgrade to the camo detection on our druids. Right. Go ahead and give him Thorn Swarm and Heart of Oak. Now we can upgrade to radar scanner, that way our druids can see all the different camo balloons. Now we are going to be upgrading these back to towers right here. We're going to transform them into the Heart of Thunder. Because the Heart of Thunder on the druid is really, really good. As you can see, it pretty much hits all of the different balloons as they're coming around the map. Like, he hits them here, it circles all the way around here, and it's crazy. It's a really good ability to have on your druids. In my personal opinion, I usually go like 4 into the Heart of Oak and then 2 into the Heart of Thunder. Just to make sure we have a mixture, because the Heart of Thunder does a really good job at taking care of all the smaller balloons. Alright. Go ahead and get another pop list on the field. And then continue just upgrading our druids. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have any maps that are extremely difficult and you struggled on immensely, like I'm struggling on Haunted right now. I could record a video on it, but unfortunately it would just be like a long video of me just failing back to back to back. Because like I was saying earlier, I just can't find the right combination of towers and the right placement to actually beat the map. And unfortunately there's actually no videos on YouTube that are up to date that cover that map, which is why I spent so much time last night and today to figure that out, because I think the last video that was actually uploaded on that map was like 3 months ago. And of course there's been updates since then, so that video is kind of out of date by now. Alright. Now we have all of our druids, we can basically chill out. We are going to go ahead and get an alchemist placed. Now with our alchemist, it doesn't really matter too much where he's placed. We are going to be making this front tower here our Avatar of Wrath, so just keep that in mind when you are placing him. You don't want to place him way back here, because then he won't be affecting our main tower in the front. And as soon as we get this upgraded to Stronger Stimulant, it will basically be a waiting game. And probably put a timestamp in the description of when you can, or where you can skip forward to if you don't want to just chill out and watch me get, what, $48,600. We're basically just going to be chilling here waiting. Alright, so if you guys are still here, you guys are awesome. It means that you like listening to my commentary, you like listening to me talk about random stuff, because that's basically what we're going to be doing until like round 81 is when we should have enough money to actually get the Avatar of Wrath. So about like what you guys want to see in future videos, after seeing like how long it would take me to actually be haunted on Chimps difficulty, it's seeming less likely that I'm going to be able to do a new video on the Chimps difficulty every day. So I'm thinking about either doing co-op modes and basically making videos where I play with other people, and then also doing the daily challenges, that would be another really easy video for me to do, because I usually do the daily challenges. I'm not too good at doing the races yet. Unfortunately, I can't find that speed of running combination to get like a really good time. I usually average between 6 to 10 minutes per map if I'm feeling good, but unfortunately I'm still kind of new to the game to the point that I really don't know what's the best combination to actually speedrun the different maps. So if you guys have suggestions on what tower combinations work for actually doing the like races in this game, feel free to let me know in the comments below. It would be awesome to learn like a bunch of different tower combinations that would actually work for that. Alright, at this point we're actually going to go ahead and place down a tree. We want to get our tree way in the back here. We don't want him to be sucking up any of the balloons, because past round 50 we actually lose money from any balloon that is sucked up by our tree. So I'm trying to, or basically what we want to do with the tree is just like keep it away from where all of the actual balloons are coming through. We're not going to have any issues, but it's always really nice to have that safety net in the very back. Right. So actually we are going to get jungle drums. That is one upgrade I forgot to get, but we aren't getting advanced intel or anything like that, and it's because we don't need it. We really don't need, or not advanced intel, but Monkey Intelligence Bureau, and we don't need this upgrade until later on in the game. It'll actually be the first upgrade that we get after we get the Avatar of Brass. Alright. So again, this is the main thing that we're doing right now, is just waiting to get all of our money saved up, which, like I was saying, round 81 is when we should be able to afford the actual Avatar. So just keep that in mind. If you guys are just here looking for a simple walkthrough and stuff like that, you guys feel free to go ahead and skip up to round 81. And I got bad placement on the tree, which is not where I wanted to go. So again, I would like to hear some more feedback. Is my mic still not loud enough, or is it too loud now that I made my alterations, or is it just right? I want to make sure like I find the perfect balance. That way it's not like blowing your ears out, but you guys can also hear me. Right, so we are getting to the higher rounds. We should be getting money a lot faster now. So it shouldn't be too much longer until we can actually get our main tower on the field. And then basically just wait until the game ends, because once we get the Avatar of Wrath on the field, you'll see like nothing is going to even remotely come close to making it through. And that's because of the way that we have our towers set up and the path that the Moabs actually take. Like, in my personal opinion, I think this might be one of the Druid's strongest maps, simply because of the path that the balloons actually have to take, and because of the Druid's pierce ability. Like, if you're watching, every time this Druid shoots, he's actually hitting all of these balloons back here on this path. So he's not just hitting the front balloons, he's also hitting all of the ones in the back. Right? So should be 3 more rounds until we can actually get our main tower on the field. Like, this combination of tower is really OP and really broken. As you can see, we just took out that barrage of ceramic balloons, no problem. And again, we're just rocking, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 4s, a tier 2 monkey village, a second tier 2 monkey village, a tier 4 alchemist, and a tier 4 sub. And we're just booming all the way through these levels. We aren't really struggling whatsoever. We're waiting to get that last little bit of money so we can upgrade our towers. And again, if you guys are playing along or you guys are watching this prior to actually beating this map, it's alright if not all of your towers have the 5x buff that we have here. The main thing that you want is you want your main tower, whether it be this front one or if it's the center one, find a druid that has the 5x buff and be sure to make sure that that's the one that you turn into the Avatar of Wrath. Only annoying thing about this strategy is that when we start getting into the OMGs and the later rounds, especially the bad balloon, it takes so long for them to circulate the map. It's annoying, but at the same time, we want a strategy that is going to give us the win. We want our black border, we want our home screen or our map screen to look really nice, and this is what we have to do to get it. Now, I'm sure there are probably hundreds of different strategies that work just the same, or maybe even a little bit better. I could probably place my druids over here, but at the same time, with the Avatar of Wrath, the more balloons there are, the more damage it does. So I'm taking that as the more balloons there are on the screen, the more damage that the Avatar of Wrath does. So we want the most balloons to be on the screen at one time. Here is our Avatar of Wrath. Now we pretty much won. I'll be just getting a few extra towers past this point just to make sure that we're guaranteed the win. We pretty much already are, but at the same time, we don't want to risk taking that chance that we're going to lose by some freak accident. So let's just go ahead and get a bunch of different up. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get our Ice Monkey up to Snowstorm. Actually, we're going to get Monkey Intelligence Bureau first, because one thing that I found out about the Avatar of Wrath is that the Avatar of Wrath actually does not pop frozen balloons. That is one of the few balloons that this tower cannot pop. So if a balloon comes through and it sits in the Ice Monkey's radius, the druid will literally be sitting there shooting non-stop, not popping the frozen balloons. It's actually quite funny to watch, but at the same time, you're basically waiting for your monkey sub or one of your other towers to actually pop it, which I think is a little bit ridiculous that such a powerful tower can't pop frozen balloons. But at the same time, we don't want the towers to be too broken that they can pop everything. So I'm sure that when they were making the tower and stuff like that, they wanted to make sure that he wasn't the all powerful tower that didn't have any balloons that couldn't pop. So of course it would not be a Chimps challenge if we did not get our faithful Dark Knight out here on the field. Now again, we want to get this challenge done as fast as possible, so we're not going to stick him in the front with his knockback upgrade that he has, because we don't want balloons to get stuck here in the center. We want our druid to pop as many as possible as fast as we can, that way we can beat it as fast as possible. we're just going to be upgrading him to the Dark Knight and going the top tier route. If you can't pop purple balloons, that's no big deal, because again our avatar brass is going to be doing all of the work here. And like I was saying, if you guys just want to chill and not worry too much, not stress about what to place, we're pretty much done here. Like you can see, every time the avatar brass shoots, he's popping not only the balloons in front but also any balloons that are in the back. And that's why I was saying I feel like this is probably one of the druid's best maps to actually, or one of the best maps to actually play the druid strategy on. Alright, let's go ahead and get our Dark Knight. We're almost done here. 10 more levels and we'll be good to go. Right? Well, 11 after we get done here. Now, I do want to say that if you are doing this strategy, do not try and place your druids inside the circle. Do not try and place them up here, because I have tried a different placement with the actual towers, and unfortunately, it does not work over on this side of the map. The only side that that I've actually found this strategy works on is this side. So I do want to take note of that. Do not place the druids over here. If I was able to place them over here, I would. But unfortunately, we wouldn't win if we had our towers or our druids placed over on this side of the map. Right, there is our super monkey. Now we're just going to be chilling, waiting until the end of the game comes. Let's actually go ahead and grab a wizard monkey, because why not? He's really good with his arcane spikes. We can start getting more damage on these Moabs as they start to come through, and then we're not going to have to worry about our wizard monkeys slowing them down. Because I mean, the Moabs are already slow enough. We don't want to put like a glue gunner up front. Then we'd be here pretty much all day. And if you guys have been paying attention, I haven't had to use our abilities to basically save our lives at all. The only thing I did place down is I did place down his tree in the very back. I think grand total I think his tree might have popped a few balloons, and that's just because I had bad placement and it was placed over here. Again, when you place down your tree, you want to make sure that it's placed over here towards the end of the map. You really don't need it in the front. Especially since it ends up costing you money in the late game. It doesn't really make you any extra money. So it's best to be used as a safety net rather than an actual form of popping. And I think we're going to end the game with maybe like 15,000–20,000 extra dollars. Because at this point we really didn't even need any other towers past the super monkey, and the super monkey's just there as like a safety net backup type thing. Because we are going to be having the reinforced DDTs that are going to be coming through, and that's probably the one round that I really don't like playing or like risking, because it is such a late game. It is round 99, and if we were to lose on round 99, it would be extremely annoying, especially since we are one round away from the bad balloon. So actually, now that I just said that, I got a little worried myself, so we're going to place down another wizard monkey, and we're going to be going the center route this time. We're going to go ahead and give him monkey sense because he's out of range of our monkey village. Alright. We're gonna watch all of these balloons just get absolutely shredded. Yep. Our Avatar Breath was able to shred every single one of them, no worries. Let's go ahead and activate our Fire Wizard's ability. Get a little bit damage started on the bad balloon. And he should be popped here in just a few seconds. Yep, as soon as our Avatar Breath got his hands on it, it was over. Alright guys, that brings an end to this map. I hope you guys enjoyed the strategy. If you guys were struggling on this map, I hope this helps out a little bit. Again, I'm going to continue working on the haunted map. Unfortunately, that one's going to take me a little bit of time, so we are going to continue along the path that we're going. We're going to be getting into firing range, and as you can see, I still have a lot of maps to go through and actually get up to Chimps mode. Cracked, I already have a strategy worked out for that. I'm not too worried about actually beating this one on Chimps. We're going to be using the Druid strategy again, and that video will be coming after firing range, because we still have to get through firing range, which was actually a lot easier of a map than I initially thought. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope my mic volume is suitable for you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying all of the new thumbnails and the new content. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the content, feel free to like, feel free to leave a subscribe, and of course I will see you guys in the next one.